You're listening to Building the Game.
It's Building the Game with Jason and Rob. For tabletop game design, you really can't go wrong.
Building the game with Jason and friends. With Jason and friends. At the end of the episode, that's when it technically ends.
Hello and welcome to Building the Game, a documentary podcast. Today is Monday, December 27th, and you're listening to episode 500.
Yeah.
And today we are your hosts, Jason,
Julio,
Nicole,
Jason.
Jamie,
Raven,
Carrie, and Rob.
And I'm your moderator, Chris. Jason, it is a pleasure to join all of you for episode 500, my friend.
I'm super excited everybody could be here. We did it. We made 500 episodes of
Heck yeah.
marginally decent content. So,
I agree with that.
and
tolerable content.
so for this episode, we decided to do something crazy, and we have every single host ever who has been part of Building the Game, and including our kind of honorary moderator / host, Chris Michaud, who's been around forever, who started podcasting right about the same time he did. Of course, he quit and gave up, and we persevered.
It's all true. Yeah. And
Chris,
Rob
high five
outlasted
for
him.
giving up, right? High five.
Right. High five for giving up, Rob.
So for listeners from a long time, yes, you heard that Rob Couch is back in the house. That's weird.
And for Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob!
Now he's embarrassed. So, all right. So that's episode 500. So we're gonna just have a riot tonight, playing a game that Chris Michaud has put together for us. He's gonna explain that in just a minute. As normal with the big episodes, we tend to make some changes and do some stuff. We're not going to talk about any of that. Tune in next week for episode 501, where I'll talk about all that with some of the people that are already here and some different people. It's going to be a great time. So check in for that. And yes, but now, Chris, it's all yours, buddy.
Boy, that intro. It's like when somebody sends you a meeting request, like, I just need to talk to you about something, and then they just leave it out. That's enjoy the next week, folks. Pins and needles. No, I'm sure it'll be great.
Got a minute?
Right.
Can I meet
All
you
right,
in my office at 4:50 on
Nice.
Friday?
Boy, but yeah, the show has been around for such a long time. It's gone through these amazing reinventions. I am so excited to be part of yet another milestone episode. So let's get right to it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for those of you joining us on the video side of things. It'll take me just a moment to shuffle some things around. Let me know if you can see me okay.
Ooh,
Fancy.
this
Yes.
is so fancy.
It's so
Please
fancy.
stand
I'm going to go
by.
ahead and open up my window so I can see.
Just
all the
motivating people
smiling
to
faces.
go check out the YouTube video.
Yes,
There you go.
yes.
Exactly. So, yeah,
If
it's one of the-
Nice.
If you
Nicely done.
aren't able to do that, if you just have to listen to the audio version of this, that's totally fine. You'll still understand what's going on. I'm reasonably
So
confident.
this is how we'll get people to do it. Is this safe for work?
the gore in this game is going to be
Oh my God. Put your clothes back on, everybody.
Yes.
Standards.
all right, folks. Are you ready to play Building the Game? Know Your Enemy.
Oh no.
man.
Oh no.
That took a turn.
All right,
Yes.
folks. This
I'm
is
ready.
a team-based game, everybody. So on the red team, we have Rob Couch, Jason Kotarski, Julio Nazario, Kiri Bear. On the blue team, Jason Slingerland, Jamie, Nicole, and Raven. So get to know your teams right now. You'll be working very closely.
Go Team Blue.
That's right.
Red team. Let's do this.
All right.
So here's how this works.
Red
Before
team.
the show, I asked all of you to send me 3 fun and interesting facts about yourselves by email.
no.
You all sent me that information. So what's going to happen is one at a time, I'm going to put those facts on the screen. And then somebody is going to attempt to guess which person from the opponent's team that fact belongs to. So it's going to be one person at a time. You can ask your own team for help, but ultimately the decision will be yours as to which person that you choose. We're going to play a total of 3 rounds. So we're going to go through every single one of those 3 facts that all of you sent me.
Oh
So I hope this is
boy.
stuff that you guys are audience.
Well,
And so I'll take you right through it. You'll catch on as we go, but let's jump right into round 1 of building the game. Know your
Yes.
enemy.
I'm pretty sure I
And
already
Kiri
lost
Bear
it.
will
For
lead
us.
off for the red team. Questions in
Oh,
this round are
Kiri.
worth,
Whoop, whoop.
All right.
Okay.
questions in this round are worth 100 points apiece.
Ooh.
Which of your opponents, Kiri, has used a working magic wand? You can talk to your team. You can see the
This
names
is
on the
not
right-hand
safe
side
for
of the
work.
screen.
Well,
We're
I
thinking
feel-
it's Nicole, given that answer.
No deliberation, just straight up.
She
Now,
just
here's an
outed
important
herself there.
qualifier. It's possible that one of these facts might be true for more than one person. It only counts if that person wanted the world to know about it.
Tim, what do you reckon?
Oh boy.
so
Jamie, Jason, Raven.
so I think Jason and
stressed.
Raven are on the critical thinking side of things. Not that Jamie and Nicole aren't, but Jamie and Nicole are more on the magical side of people.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, my middle name is the name of a fantasy character
Okay.
that uses
How do we-
magic.
Is that a hint?
How do we define
No.
working magic wand?
Does it have a
What does that
job?
That's a good question.
Does it earn its rent?
Yes.
That's what I would say.
Or something that probably lights up, or maybe just magic.
You
So-
know, though, there's a place here in Michigan, I'll say. It's like a kids amusement park where
Yes.
you go there and you buy your kids this magic wand that's got like RFID chips in it. And
Yep.
they walk around this place and
Hmm.
I
they
have
like
those.
yeah, all right.
Yep. I've been there.
Oh,
I've been there.
Brad.
The magic. Yeah.
That's so cool.
That seems
Yeah.
like
Look,
a thing
the
to
answer is
do.
Jason Katarski. Now you know.
Hey, that's it. We win.
Should
We
guess
win.
that.
Our team.
I
It's
gotta
on
go.
your
I gotta go.
team.
The answer is Jason Katarski and Rob Couch. I think we've cracked the code.
I'm thinking it could be the other person on this list who's in Michigan.
Yeah, could be.
Who's that?
That's
just-
Jason
That's
Slingerland.
Jason
then?
Slingerland.
I'm sorry, I'm in Australia. I've got no idea.
That's
Very
okay.
good Michigan.
It's look on the
pretty much
globe
sure
Well,
in the U.S. We're the hand on the globe
Yeah.
in the U.S.
I think
I don't know where Michigan is, so
I think Kotarski's up to something because Jason Slingerland hasn't said anything throughout the round. so-
Uh-huh.
All right, Kiri, I need your answer.
All right.
He's a little
Lock it
quiet.
in,
Yeah.
Chris. Jason Slingerland.
Okay. Kiri says it's Jason Slingerland. The answer is Raven McKenzie.
Oh,
Raven,
Oh.
tell us about your working magic wand.
Ooh.
well, I guess Raven hasn't said anything either. Probably less than Jason. So
Yeah, but
That's-
Raven does shut up sometimes, and I don't. So when I did, everybody's like, "Oh no!"
I got to
So
hear about
what's-
this, Raven. Tell us
what's the story?
Well, Rob actually described it pretty well. It's a similar place, but I went to one in Virginia.
Oh,
back in
yeah.
the day.
Mm.
You see, I knew it was there was more than one, so I wasn't fully committed to Michigan being the only option.
Well,
for that.
what's funny is that Raven lived in Michigan until recently, so
Oh,
actually
really?
she could have been talking about that one. So
It's like, oh, do they know that I'm not in Michigan?
yeah, I knew that, but I don't know if they knew that. So
Right.
So
All right, so what I'm going to
sneaky.
do is I will drop Raven's name off the board now. So
Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
no
All
points
right.
just yet. We're going to pass it
catch
over
up
to the blue
mechanic for
team.
the losers.
Yeah,
Is that
we're
what it is?
gonna nail the fourth question. We're gonna nail it. We're gonna
Speaking of
nail it.
Raven, you're up next. So you are the
Oh,
team
boy.
leader this round. Please tell me
Mm.
which of your opponents was once in a video clip with 70s teen pop idol turned adult contemporary singer John Farnham.
This is very specific.
I don't know who that is.
First question, is John Farnham from Australia?
Let's Google John Farnham. Be
Do
right
not
back.
type, Nicole. Do
Can
not.
we Google
Oh, you
it
can't.
out?
We can't Google. We can't Google.
No,
I can't
no,
Google John Farnham.
Does anyone know
Can
if
you ask
John
Siri?
Farnham is from Australia?
Is that okay?
Who is John Farnham?
I don't know.
It's
My
not
first,
Jeopardy. That's not the answer.
I was
My
asking
first
my
thing-
Apple Watch.
my first instincts were either Kiri or Katarski. Katarski's very into music.
Okay.
It's not Rob because Rob is no way that fun ever.
Wow!
I don't think it's
Rob
Julio
got kicked
either.
off the podcast. It makes sense.
Like 6
I don't
minutes
know.
into
I
the
love
episode,
John
sex.
Farnham.
What'd you
started
just
getting
say?
ugly.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Oh, I
He
thought
got
you
kicked
said
off the
sex.
podcast. It makes sex. Yeah, that's what I said.
It makes sex.
I was about to say,
That's what. How does that not make?
How does this not make sex? Slingerland. What are we even talking about? I think it's Katarski.
so
I-
yeah, you know what? Awfully quiet.
Thank you,
and
Nicole, for the
smiling a
backup.
whole
That's what I needed.
lot.
You're
That's
welcome.
what I needed.
I think
Raven,
only
what do you think?
Katarski would write a sentence this long. He went to.
No.
It's possible your host may have rephrased a few things here.
Oh, okay.
Just to mix up the pattern, just to make sure that.
Katarski
Okay.
did just go to grad school, so he would use this many words.
I don't know though. Like I don't know that it'd be Jason. Jason was super into punk and stuff,
Hmm.
and John Farnham was a teen pop idol.
Are we feeling Kiri?
But it was a 70s teen pop idol turned adult contemporary singer.
Raven, what does your gut tell you?
You know, I'm looking Kiri and Jason in their eyes as much as I can.
Valid strategy.
Wow.
Exactly. I feel like honestly, my heart says Jason, but my head says Kiri. But I think I'm gonna go, unless anyone has very strong opinions one way or the other.
Your
last
decision,
call.
Raven.
All right. Let's go Jason.
You're gonna go with Jason?
Final answer.
Okay. And the answer is Kiri.
Oh, man.
John Farnham
I was
is in
like
fact an
9
Australian.
years old.
Oh, there you go.
I knew it. My
Kiri, how did you end
first
up in a
instinct.
video clip with John Farnham?
I was in like a children's choir, and so we were just like a renter crowd in the background of the film clip.
Wow.
Yes, I didn't think hard enough about the fact that, well, like you all know who the Wiggles are,
Yeah.
right? They're Australian, and you know about Bluey, that's Australian. John
I also
Farnham
know
is
about-
very famous here and potentially not anywhere else. And it's
I also know
kind of
about
an
spiders.
embarrassing thing
Oh,
for every
gosh.
adult
Oh,
who have
Jesus.
been associated with John Farnham.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's fair.
All right, cool
Could-
stuff.
could you
So no
sing a-
points after 2. We're gonna pass it back to the red team. Julio, you're up.
Yes.
And
Let's
of the
get some
3
points
people
on the
left,
board.
Jason, Jamie, or Nicole, which one was forced to perform the song "Friend Like Me" from Aladdin for house guests?
Sorry.
It might
Jamie.
be Raven, guys. It could be Raven.
No. Is that true? Could it be Raven, or is it just a
Raven's
3?
out.
People on the board:
Okay,
That's
Jason
being
Slingerland,
controlled. You
Jamie
have been
Sabrio Flez, or
successfully
Nicole Amato. One of
You've
the
never
3.
had a friend like me.
I don't know that I've heard that song.
I hope
Yeah,
we get an
that's-
encore performance when this
What?
question is
Real
done.
fun if you've never heard that
I don't know what
We should get them each to sing a line now. Just
I feel that
like a police lineup.
I feel like the word forced is very important here
Yeah.
because I think Nicole would just do it without being forced.
Wow. Wow.
I get that
And-
vibe.
Yeah. And Jamie, I don't know you enough to know, but Jason or Jamie?
I did offer to sing the theme song. I want to
Oh,
sing
that's
the theme song.
true. But you may be misleading me.
Yeah.
that could be a red
You're
herring.
not wrong.
They're thrown down your path.
Yeah.
I think Jamie and I are the kind of people who would force other people to let us perform things.
Listen, you don't know me, but you totally know me.
But what if the forcing them to sing "Friend Like Me" made them blossom into never having to be forced to sing in public again?
Oh, I like how you think,
Character
Katarski.
development.
my
Character
place.
development.
Character development.
I will
I'll
add.
neither confirm nor deny that.
What's up,
All right,
Rob?
what you got, Julio?
Rob, you were gonna say something.
I will say the only thing I've ever heard Jason sing is the Humpty Dance.
Okay, well, let's do.
I'm really good at the Humpty Dance.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Humpty Dance.
Let's
also
do. Let's
Can you
do
Lost
Jason.
too?
Jason.
Every
All right,
podcast?
Final
he
answer.
says Jason Slingerland was forced to perform Friend Like Me, and that is correct. First on the board, 100 points for the red team.
right.
Well
Sing
done.
it, sing it,
No,
sing it.
no. So,
Sing
but yeah.
it.
So when I was young, I was really into Aladdin, and yeah. So I liked that song, and I would just kind of like sing it. And then my mom was like, "No, you should sing this for people, and you should dance." So there was a whole. It
That
was.
checks out.
It was.
And
You
you
met my
should
mom, you
dance,
know.
really.
But now,
So, yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
he's left childish
So-
things behind.
I want to point out two things here. One, I'm not going to sing it, and Rob knows when I say I'm not going to sing something, I'm not going to sing it. But in coming up with things, I thought of this, and I did realize that I can totally still do the whole song. So it's that ingrained in my mind.
I would
If you
like
ever open
I
Patreon, there's your
That's
threshold.
Right.
I would like for you to sing the Humpty Dance for me and send me a recording so I can make it my ringtone for my phone.
Ooh.
Please.
You got to get him
Totally-
drunk first.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
give
really
you
like
I'll give
that.
you $5 a month. I'll be your first Patreon subscriber.
$5
$5 a month. A
a
month.
month. Ooh,
A month.
Wow.
Wow.
So we have the workings of a good side hustle here. All right, so
Yeah.
it's 100 for the red team. We take Jason's name off the board. We pass control to blue. Nicole, you're up.
Me?
I hate to interrupt this business deal you're making, but you have to play the game now.
I just want to hear the Humpty Dance.
I know, me too.
Well,
Between
first you should
Rob
probably
Couch-
stop what you're doing so that we can do this part.
Yeah, dance intermission.
between Rob Couch, Jason Katarsky, and Julio Nazario, which won Student of the Year in 4th grade because their teacher wrote an essay about their amazing smile.
Oh
That's gotta
no.
be Julio.
Uh-oh.
That's gotta be Julio, right?
Yeah, I mean Julio definitely has some pearly whites.
And pearly whites. That big like Cheshire grin, but instead of creepy, it's just fun.
Okay, Rob, give me a smile. Have I ever seen Rob
No.
smile? I don't think
And
I
known
don't
him
think
for
I've
a
ever
long
seen
time.
Rob smile.
Is
I've seen Rob
capable of
laugh,
smiling?
but I've never seen him smile.
Constantly frowning.
Yeah.
True. That's the only.
Maybe
that's
he reached
only
the pinnacle
picture.
of smiling though when he was in 4th grade.
Yeah, and then it was all down here from there, and he knew it, so he just never smiled again. Like
Listen,
I've already
Katarsky.
peaked. I've peaked.
never met someone that looks as happy to smile as Julio. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
And he
I don't
does.
know.
I mean, he has a really nice smile.
I
Like,
don't
his
know, but
smile's good.
Katarsky.
What about Katurski?
It didn't say
Katarsky
one, for the
definitely
best
quiet.
goofy grin.
Katarsky, give me a smile. Give me a smile, Katarsky. Dance for me. Oh, see, look, he's so cute. All right, Raven, what do you think?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either Jason or Julio.
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't fair. I feel like I'm picking the cutest smile, and they all are cute.
Well, we already know who's already won that.
Another way to frame it is which one of these people wanted everybody to know this? That might be a way to.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
That's
I
Julio.
don't know. I think it's Katarsky.
Okay. All right.
Final answer?
I trust your instinct.
Slingerland and Raven, what do you think? Last chance. What do you think? Katarsky or
My opinion's not good enough.
Julio seems
Nicole needs some.
there's 4 of us.
Julio seems super duper obvious, which makes me not think that it's Julio.
Exactly.
So,
All right,
yeah.
let's go with Katarsky. Jamie, you can slap me if I'm wrong.
All right, going with Jason
I mean-
Katarsky.
It's going to be
That's
Rob.
Jason
Watch.
Katarsky.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Chris,
Yeah.
the show. Don't you
Thank you for
go
not
and
listening to
analyze
me.
my motives.
Wait, Jason,
You
show us
mind
a
your own
picture.
business.
Show us a picture of your smile from 4th grade. That's
I can't. They all burned up in the light.
you shut your
I'm
stupid
trying to
mouth.
forget.
I'm actually surprised he didn't name drop the 4th grade teacher because we know how much he likes to name drop in
Actually,
conversations.
are you ready for her name? Because it's
Yeah.
amazing.
He ignored me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I'll say inappropriate things when we're not recording things live. Mrs. Buckaloo was her name.
What's her first name so I can find her on Facebook so I can ask her to show us the
think
paper.
It was like
I wash my hands of this whole
Marla?
conversation.
Marla.
Marla Buckaloo?
I'm just
No,
thankful for
Chris,
her
this
that
is
she
on
was
you,
not a
too.
high
You
school
brought us
teacher.
all together.
Right?
This is all
That
your
name
fault.
would not have been good.
Not at all.
And with
Not
that,
at
we're
all.
tied at 100 points. We pass it over
Good job,
to
Nicole.
the red team.
Yeah,
Speaking of Jason
Nicole.
Katarsky, You're up now. Two names left on the right side of the board. So between
goodness.
Jamie and Nicole, which of your opponents used to play the flute in elementary school?
Oh, that's hard.
Why is it hard, Rob?
It's just anybody can play the flute.
Rob, why is your name Rob? Question mark. Did you say anybody could play the flute? Wow.
I'm saying that anybody
Way to
might
dunk
have
on how much
played-
skill it takes to play the flute. I'm
All right.
offended.
Yeah, flute sucks. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Oh, it
Flute
blows.
It's a 50-50 chance.
That's
If
true.
you suck on the flute, you're
Flip a
playing
coin.
it wrong.
I think it's Nicole
How
because
does it work when there's only one name on the board?
I'm gonna
Kind of a
say
big
Nicole
one.
because
Freak
like got real chill. Got real overly chill.
It's not like it said who's likely to
Okay,
hit someone
just
with a
playing the
flute.
psychological advantage.
Yeah, this is metagaming, Katarsky. I don't like it.
I know.
So Jason says
That's
Nicole
the game.
used to play the
This is a
flute in
social
elementary
deduction
school.
game.
He
That's what I found
is
out.
correct.
Yes.
Congratulations, getting you to 200 points for the red
We're
team.
doing it, red
How's-
team. We're
how's
doing
the
it.
last one gonna work? They're just gonna know it's
Red,
me.
red.
How does it work? I
All
don't
right,
understand.
moving along to the blue team. Jason Slingerland, you're up. Between your friend of many years, Rob Couch,
Oh.
and Julio Nazario, which one won an Oreo stacking contest, piling 21 cookies in 1 minute?
Oh
That
my
seems
God.
like-
I love Oreos.
This
so
sounds
much.
like the least fun contest I've ever heard of, so it's got to be Rob.
If you don't already know this about Rob and it's Rob, that's messed up. If you guys
Well-
have been friends and he didn't tell you this
Oreos
about
are
himself.
So good, you guys. Oh man, I love Oreos.
I don't. Here's why I don't think it's Rob. One, I've never seen Rob do anything fast.
Excuse me.
Two, this just seems like something like I could picture Julio being one of those people that used to do those cup games, the cup stacking games. Doesn't that seem
Oh,
like
yeah.
something Julio would do?
Yeah, that does seem like something Julio would do.
Agreed.
Unless anybody's got a real strong reason to say no, I would say Julio.
Definitely Julio.
Go
All
for
right.
it.
Julio,
Are we
final
locking it in?
answer.
All right. He says Julio stacked the Oreos. It is Julio. Congratulations. Tying it up 200 to 200. Julio.
So the story
tell us about
behind
that
this,
contest.
I was probably 11 or 12 years old. I was at Walmart with my sister, and there was this Oreo stacking contest, and that's exactly what I did, and I won a Game Boy
Yeah.
Color. Lime green.
Wow.
Ow.
Was it the
That's-
raspberry color? Because that was the best one. That was the
No,
one
lime
I
green.
had.
Lime green was the
Oh,
best.
lime
Oh,
green.
that
Yes,
was the other
lime
best
green is
one.
the best.
That was-
Yes.
that was
Do
the
you
other
still
best
have
one.
it?
I had the raspberry one, and that was not even my first clue that I was queer. That I just
No,
wanted
I
to-
actually fast forward maybe 6 months. There was torrential rain in Puerto Rico, and I lost it in a ditch. It fell off my pocket.
Oh.
Running water.
Disaster.
Oh,
Easy come, easy
It was
go.
such a happy story, and then it was so sad.
yeah. Wow.
Hopefully
Ouch.
you got enough play out of it.
I
All right,
did,
so
I
how's
did.
this gonna work? Are you gonna like put two facts up there, and it's like one of these is
I
a
will
fake
tell you how
Jamie
it's going to
fact?
work. Astute
Tell me.
listeners
Stop trying to
and watchers may
design the
notice,
game, Jamie.
uh,
Oh, Katarsky.
This game is broken.
there is one name left on either side of the board. We have Rob and Jamie. So obviously, since you know who it is, we're going to give you a multiple choice. I've removed a detail from each fact, and you need to fill in the correct detail. So we pass turn to Rob. We're going to talk about Jamie in a moment. So, having no idea who they were at the time, which celebrity did Jamie hit on while their starstruck coworkers hid in the back? Was it Kate Beckinsdale, Kate Hudson, or Kate McKinnon?
How old are you,
Wow.
Jamie?
I'm
You
sorry.
don't get to ask questions. You don't get to ask questions.
Ooh, no
Oh,
question.
you can say you can see them, so they're on the younger side.
See if
Am
this
I?
was if this
I
was
reckon
like
Kate Hudson's too old.
that's what I'm thinking. Is if this was like in the last 5 years, then it's McKinnon. If it's in the last 10 years, it's Kate Beckinsale. If it's the last 15 years, it's Kate Hudson, right?
And if I can't,
Jamie's only 22 years old.
Oh my God.
Oh, there you go.
Marry me.
I don't know. Somebody help me out here. Anybody else have a strong?
Well,
opinion?
that's actually a good point because they're women, so there's that. So maybe 5 years, maybe it's a little too. So maybe it's 10 years ago.
An interesting thought.
I'm gonna go with Kate McKinnon.
Gonna go with Kate McKinnon. Locking it in. It's
choice.
Kate McKinnon, my favorite Ghostbuster. Kate Hudson, sorry.
So I am 32 now.
Whoa!
This happened, yeah, when I am
So
way
old.
and I'm ancient, an ancient dinosaur.
Oh.
And when this happened, I think I was 22 actually. Or
Wow.
maybe slightly there. And I did not realize that it was. Not only did I not realize that it was Kate Hudson, I also didn't realize that she was with A-Rod, and that was like they came in as a pair, like as a couple. And I didn't know who either of them were, and I was just, doing
Incredible.
like barista get my flirt on kind of thing.
See, this
Incredible.
is just confirming all of my stories about America that you guys just like bump into me all the time. Like,
Listen,
that's just where they live, right?
yeah, every celebrity lives within a 15-block radius of all of us.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's amazing,
It's wild.
especially in Michigan.
Michigan, the cultural center of America. Yeah.
What are you laughing,
So-
Philadelphia, Nicole?
Jamie,
Adam-
you have a chance to
Adam
go
Sandler
ahead.
is just here.
It is now 200 to 200. Jamie, you have the last question of round one, so a chance
All right.
to eke ahead with a fact about Rob.
Everything I learned about Rob has been Jason making fun of him.
Well, maybe that will help you with this question. In which
Oh, New
U.S.
Jersey.
state was Rob born? Was it New
As a
Jersey,
New Jersey.
New York, or New Mexico?
New Jersey is the least fun state out of these three.
So,
Factual.
so I've known Rob for, Rob, almost 20 years now.
Thereabouts.
Do you not even know this?
I have no idea. I don't remember this. I know he lived in Ohio and California and Michigan, but I don't remember any of these.
Okay,
Jason,
so
I was sure you were
that's
going to ruin this
actually-
one, and now I'm just delighted.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
that's actually a case for it possibly being New Mexico, because California is closest to New Mexico out of those.
Can we ask Siri this question?
It's also a point in favor of New Jersey, because you want to get as far away from New Jersey as possible.
They get further from New Jersey than California.
Yeah, so New Jersey is still my answer.
All right, you gonna lock in New Jersey?
So
Locked in New Jersey.
yeah, okay,
All right.
that was good. That's what I was
Locked
going
and
to say.
loaded.
All right, locking in New
I
Jersey.
bet it's New
It
York, and I'm
is
gonna embarrass all
New
of us.
Jersey.
Yeah!
Congratulations.
Rob's
Yeah,
dad,
Good job.
half a
Rob's dad
second.
worked in the paper industry, and I'm guessing that there's no paper plants in New Mexico, right?
New Jersey's made out of paper.
That's right. Toxic waste.
He actually worked for a bottle manufacturing company in New Jersey.
They're
Okay,
basically the same thing. Though.
That's where they grow bottles, is New Jersey.
Bottles. You plant the
Paper
bottle in the
bottles,
paper.
actually.
You plant the bottle. Get a bottle. Yeah.
Get
There
a
you
bottle
go.
bush.
So 300 for the blue team, 200 for the red
Mistake.
team as we
Oh.
advance into round two, where questions are now worth 200 points.
Oh.
What?
Things are escalating
There you go.
now. We give control to the blue team this time. Nicole, you're going to lead off. Blue team.
Me?
Batting order is a little
Nicole.
bit different this time.
Uh-oh.
For 200 points to extend
Don't
your
let us
lead.
down.
Oh,
Nicole.
no.
All the names are back on the board, so you're choosing between Rob, Jason Gatarski, Julio, and Kiri. Your first fact: which of your opponents drove a 76 Toyota Corolla as their first vehicle and performed all their own repairs, including changing the head gasket?
Oh, none of them. None of those people can use a car.
Can you use a car?
I mean,
Maybe Kiri.
Kiri.
Maybe
Or as a-
Kiri.
The thing
as a
is, though, like,
person who can't use a car, I
Well,
take extreme offense to that. But
I also can't use a car.
yeah,
None
no.
of these words make
What?
sense.
what
So,
car-
it,
what cars are in Australia?
yeah, that was
Like
my
those
thought
cars?
too.
Oh,
Toyotas in Australia.
do they have Toyotas in Australia, Kiri?
Oh, definitely not.
Oh,
That definitely feels like a lie.
That's
Oh,
not
that's
suspicious.
being.
Yeah,
So-
Kiri's
We don't have
immediately
cars
a
at all. We
tomato.
just ride
Immediately
kangaroos
bright red.
everywhere.
Oh, Kiri, no, I definitely think it's you.
Have you
Oh.
changed the head gasket on a kangaroo, Kiri?
That
located inside the pouch. It's
It's tough to get at.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
know
my
Rob
God.
knows about cars, but I don't think it's Rob. I mean, it could be, but I don't. I mean, if he did, he lied here because he said he did it all himself, and I know his dad or his brother would have had to help him. There's no way he did that on his own. So if it's Rob, half
No
point,
fun,
he's lying.
No work, Rob. That's what we call him.
I mean, I know Rob knows things about cars way more than I do, but
Are we feeling Kiri?
I would
Yeah,
say,
I
yeah.
could see
Consider
it
how
being Julio
Kiri's face
too.
became a tomato once we started talking about Kiri. And this is a social media show, and that's an obvious tell.
I am really bad at social deduction games.
You're amazing. You just told us Toyotas don't exist in Australia and that you drive a kangaroo everywhere. So, and I 100% believe you.
I want it to be true.
I want
One
that to
might
be
call
true.
this- one might call this a kangaroo court.
Oh! Oh! All right.
But,
Julio or Katarski? Does anybody have a coin? Flip it. Flip a
I have
coin.
stick of chapstick.
Yeah, do it. Flip it. Heads, it's Julio. What? How are you gonna? What's heads?
The librarian or the engineer?
Wait, who's the engine?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
When it stopped
Julio.
moving, it
No.
came up on the-
No. It's now I know it's Kiri. As long as Julio was being quiet, I thought it might be Julio.
Yeah.
But once he opened his mouth, it's definitely Kiri. 100%.
All right, okay. Let's say Kiri.
all right. You think Kiri fixed that 76 Toyota Corolla, and you are correct.
Woo! Kiri, you almost had me with your kangaroo story.
I really
Sorry,
thought
Kiri.
we were
Inches
gonna
away.
get tricked and it was Julio because he was all like smiling and not looking and not
I
trying
knew,
to say
I knew he
anything.
was an engineer. Can I switch teams, Chris?
As soon as Julio said the librarian or the engineer, I was like, it's neither of them.
Either.
If
This
it
is
had
a
been,
trick.
Sorry,
if
team,
it
I
had
messed
been
up.
fix their own
Redemption.
scooter, I would have
Good.
known it was Katarski. But
You're jealous,
Oh, man.
Mr. Golf
Katarski,
Cart.
There's no room for you on this team. I'm sorry.
it's a Kawasaki Mule, thank you.
You know what I mean? They call
Julio
mules
representing
where
the
I'm
red
from.
team this time.
Okay, I'll bring it back,
All
everybody.
four
I'll bring it
names
back.
on the board. Jason Slingerland, Jamie, Nicole, and Raven of the four. Julio, which was
Jason,
once
final
banned
answer.
from an art contest for being too creative.
Wow.
Which of your opponents was banned
That's
from an art
amazing.
contest for being too creative?
What does that
Hmm.
even mean?
Right.
Hmm.
Got real quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Tense moment.
Any thoughts,
It's
anybody?
round 2. It's time for serious
Raven. I
contemplation.
reckon it's
now.
Time to get real.
When keeping it real is now.
I don't know. I feel like Nicole could get pretty out there,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
and she's being very quiet right now.
Mm,
True.
but am I just mind gaming?
Where's what about Raven?
Yeah.
Raven's quiet and
Oh,
creative.
but she's been quiet all night. So
I think people are
So
starting to
the-
finally do their jobs.
She's
and,
always the answer.
Yeah, maybe she is always the answer.
came from an art contest.
Like this is totally
Listen,
one
Well-
of
if you
those.
guessed Raven for all 4 of these,
yeah.
Taken. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Well,
One of
there
them.
was something that kind of caught my ear. Jamie said, "What does that even mean?" So maybe that's trying to. So I think Jamie, final answer.
Gonna go with Jamie. It is Jamie.
Oh, dang.
oh, I tried
job.
to interrupt it. Okay.
Told you all I
nice
was gonna
work,
bring it
Julio.
back.
You're still losing.
Nice work, Julio. I don't want to change teams just
Jamie, tell
yet.
us the story. What happened with this art contest?
I was a barista for a long time. And this was my first latte art competition. And I had been doing a lot of latte art that was a lot of layered hearts with food coloring. If you put food coloring and you swirl it in right at the last second, and you do the pour, it comes out as these beautiful rainbows of colors. And so I brought my food coloring kit, not knowing that we were going to be judged on speed and precision for specific pieces of art. And I got disqualified from the contest because I kept not following the instructions because I just wanted to make the latte art that I wanted to make. And they were like, get the hell out of here. What are you doing? I'm like, no, all right, fine.
You were like, I'm trying to make beautiful art.
Yeah, I thought I was focused
Stop
on
stifling
the art,
me.
not the contest. Exactly.
Did you at least enjoy yourself, Jamie?
I did until everyone started looking at me weird and telling me to leave.
So what you're saying is it wasn't a latte fun.
Oh,
I gotta go.
I love that.
Yeah,
Chris
you're welcome.
has to step in for
400 for the red team, 500 for the blue team. Blue is in control. Jamie, you're the leader for this round.
Come on,
Between
Jamie.
Rob, Jason Gutarsky, or Julio, which of your opponents
Well, I
had
have a
been chased
100%
or
win
attacked
rate
by
so far.
strangers in 4 different states for reasons unknown?
What? Ooh, this is it's kind of rough. Ugh. I
Got real all
all
of a
right.
sudden.
Who's
It's got to be Katarsky.
Why?
Because Katarsky is what traveled with bands and has been to tons of concerts in probably not some great places, and is kind of loud and well-meaning, but kind of obnoxious.
It
And he's
says
the punk rock show.
for reasons unknown, and you just gave a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but I bet you don't know the reasons.
I bet the number one reason is because of his amazing smile.
yeah. Jealous.
Strangers are just too jealous.
My
I
Yeah.
can rearrange that face.
Punch those teeth out of his face.
I could be wrong though. It could definitely be Rob.
I
was gonna say maybe
I
Rob.
thought was Julio because as someone who is also in minority demographics, I know what that's like. It's scary. And I was like, this one got a little real. I wonder if this is a real talk moment in terms of factoid land.
Okay. That's that you
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink.
Is that misdirection or I don't know.
I mean, that
Or
wasn't
is it?
that was me not overthinking it. So does that mean I should go with that? I think Katarsky, you make a good point for Katarsky though. Interesting.
I mean, Rob does upset people though. So
Rob is very attackable. I'm not on your team. I just want to be.
I just have that kind of face.
Oh.
It's true.
I like the Katarsky. I like the Katarsky was like,
it's funny that we already
Nicole,
guessed
that
Kiri for the
translates
last
awesome
one.
over audio. You pushing your glasses.
All right.
watch the video, people. Watch the
I guess
video.
so. Yeah.
Not
All
safe
right.
for work.
Not safe for work.
Everyone, put your clothes
How,
back. All right.
how are you going to see
Nicole
Katarsky's award-winning smile if you don't watch the video?
It's true. It's true.
I think I agree with Slingerland's logic. I think it's Katarsky.
All right, I'll go with Katarsky. All
All
right,
right.
you've convinced me. And if you're wrong, it's on your head.
It's on my head.
I was
You're
willing to say
saying-
it could be
Your head.
Julio.
All right.
Are you locking in
False on Nicole's
Katarsky?
fault then. I'm locking in.
Locking
Katarsky.
it in. All right. He says Katarsky's been chased or attacked in 4 different states. The opponent that has been chased or attacked in 4 different states is Rob.
Unexpected.
It really was that attackable face that did it. So tune into the video version so you can see how attackable Rob's face is.
People just want to beat the crap out of me. What can I say?
What can I say?
I'm sorry, that was kind of mean.
But it's true. No, I had a homeless man start screaming at me in Chicago, and he followed me and my girlfriend at the time into a Tower record store. When I
wow.
was in Pasadena, California, I had somebody scream at me and start chasing me down the sidewalk until I turned and ran back into my hotel. When I was in Texas, walking back to my car from a rock and roll show in Austin, I had a guy jump out of the shadows and take a swing at me and chase me into the middle of the street and then start laughing. And here in Kalamazoo, I had a guy in the middle of the night when I was driving home from a friend's house chase me down a rural road until I crossed over some railroad tracks that I was going way too fast to cross over. And I tore the exhaust out of my car.
Jeez.
And then he turned away. and I don't know why any of them were.
Wait,
attacking.
I have a very important question, Rob. Was
Yeah.
it all the same guy?
I don't know. I only got to look at the homeless guy. He's the only one whose face I saw clearly.
Because
So,
this sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Jeez.
When you finally confront him in that fifth state, you're going to pull off his rubber mask, and Katarski's going to be there.
With my beautiful smile. Hey, Rob, you dropped your
Katarski
sauce.
just hates this team that much.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Attackable
All right.
Rob is up next for red.
Attackable Rob.
My new DJ name.
Oh, that's a good DJ name.
3 names on the board: Jason Slingerland, Nicole Amato, Raven McKenzie. Of those 3, which of your opponents has seen and genuinely enjoyed a world-renowned Elvis
How
impersonator?
could you not enjoy a world-renowned Elvis?
Listen, maybe you don't like Elvis.
Maybe you don't like impersonators.
Maybe you don't like things that are world renowned.
There's a lot of.
I only
possible
appreciate
reasons.
indie hipster Elvis impersonators. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
I like them gritty.
Well,
the hipster Elvis impersonator, they just sing songs by Grimes. Dressed as-
So it's somebody that wasn't expecting to enjoy it.
Nicole.
Raven.
yeah, I mean, I think the right answer is always Raven, right? Didn't we already?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, except for literally the previous one.
One of these times we're gonna be right.
Gotta work
So-
it.
3% chance.
You want to run with that logic? Do you want to lock that in?
Anybody object? Kiri, what do you think?
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it's
All right.
Nicole.
Nicole's was quiet. Like, don't say anything. Don't mess it up.
All right.
Elvis.
You guys like Nicole?
Well, you know Jason a bit,
particularly.
so there's that part.
So far, you've narrowed it down to Jason, Nicole, or Raven. So,
Doing great.
Full circle.
It's a
Full
process,
circle.
okay?
It was
It's
me. Spoiler alert.
It's not
Back
Jamie.
game. You don't know that. Well, you do. Okay.
I think that I also think that I might be on the other team because I have seen and genuinely enjoyed a world-renowned Elvis impersonator in my life. I went to high school with one who got really famous.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
why wasn't that your fact? That would have been, would have been a
Sometimes
great
you
button on this one.
Sometimes you forget about your friends and their awesome careers.
Okay. All right. Well,
MVP.
Sometimes you only care about yourself. That's what I'm doing.
all right.
Sometimes you only care about your 4th grade award-winning smile.
All right, y'all got to guess.
All right. Then we're gonna go with Nicole. Final answer.
Final answer, Nicole. It is Raven.
I knew it.
You broke the
Last time I
rule.
listened to you
You
guys.
didn't go with Raven.
He had a
It's
gut
always
instinct and then
me.
just ran from it.
So if you've learned anything on the next 2 guesses, you should probably say Raven.
Yeah, 100%. Raven, tell us about this Elvis impersonator that you enjoyed.
Yeah. So when I was in Japan,
Wow.
I know. I couldn't go to the 1,000,001 that are in the US. It was when I was in Japan. And there's this guy, Pete Storm, is his stage name, I suppose. Yeah, he's won like championships and contests, and he's one of the top. He was at the time one of the top 5, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, so I understood after attending that concert. A lot of people were so, enthralled with Elvis after that.
I feel like Elvis impersonating is like board game design when it comes to all the people that are involved in that. And when you're Elvis, when a board game design famous, it's like being Elvis famous.
Yeah, I want to go to that convention.
Me too. So no points changing hands there, but we're going to pass control to the blue team. Jason Slingerland, you are up
Hey.
2 names on the board between Jason Katarski and Julio Nazario. Which of them made their start in game design by building games like Plinko from The Price is Right as a kid?
That's tough.
Speaking to my heart with this one.
Yeah, can I guess Chris Michaud for this one?
I wish.
Don't you know the right answer is always Raven?
Even in this scenario.
So I don't remember when Katarsky got into games, but I'm pretty confident Julio got into games
Last
a lot
Tuesday.
more recently last Tuesday. Ouch, your own team. See?
Katarsky, what are you doing?
He's trying to distract us. I think it's Katarsky because he has this addiction with buying games at Goodwill and other thrift stores. And
I
so
think, Katarsky and I are best friends now. I think that's
so.
All right, so you're gonna lock that in?
Unless somebody has a problem with that.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. Unless you're gonna say Raven, I think you should say Katarsky.
All right. Katarsky.
Is Jason Katarsky the master of Plinko? He is.
That was too easy. You should have put that one earlier.
Yeah, Bob Barker was the king, man.
If Kiri or Rob had been there, I would have been a lot less sure about that. So yeah. Just because that sounds like something they could have done
in Australia. Though?
Yeah, we do.
They watch it on the side of kangaroos.
Is it hosted by a kangaroo?
It's filmed on a bed of kangaroos.
Wow. Okay. Blue team has 700 points. Red team
we do
400. But a chance to catch up on this next question.
Jason
Katarsky.
No pressure.
Award-winning Jason Katarsky is up. Between Jason Slingerland and Nicole Amato, which of those two played a lot of sports in high school?
Oh, so I know Slingerland did like karate and kung fu and stuff in high school.
Karate and kung fu and
real
helpful, Rob. Real helpful.
I know kung fu.
I'm trying to think.
Don't.
In high school.
Y'all have tried to see me do a push-up, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like wasn't Jason pretty like formed into like competitive D&D miniatures games by that point in his life?
No, that was only after he got married.
Oh,
there you go. Bring it home.
He's pretty likable. So he probably did it. Jason.
Pretty what?
Oh, I know.
Likable, so he probably played sports.
No, so he probably didn't play sports.
Oh, I was like, those things
that was rude.
Wow.
See, Nicole got offended. It's Nicole. It's Nicole.
Are you locking it in?
The logic follows that Nicole is likable.
All right, so he's locking in Nicole Amato, which is correct.
Whoa!
Hold on, Katarsky. I did not see that coming. You intentionally winding up Nicole to get her to give up the answer. That was amazing.
Thanks. Yeah. You know, when you're as talented as I am.
You know, when you're as smart as Katarsky.
You know, I know not this stuff. This doesn't come as easily to everyone.
Katarsky has a master's now. Okay.
Nicole, what'd you play in school?
Yeah.
Everything. I played basketball, softball, soccer, volleyball, but I was also like the president of the Latin club, and I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. So I was a very confusing teenager.
A Renaissance student.
I was.
I was on the wrestling team in high school and quit when the internet was invented. So that sets the score 600 for the red team, 700 for blue. It's a lot tighter now. We pass control to blue. Raven McKenzie, you're last up. We definitely know the next fact is about Julio, but let's see if we can get the details right. So your question, which of these honors did Julio receive when he graduated high school?
Ooh.
The Mayor's Medal for Academic Excellence, Class Valedictorian, or Most Likely to Succeed?
Can we say all of the above? Because those all sound like Julio.
Yeah. This is a trick question. The answer is D, all of the above.
Right, exactly.
Ooh.
Stop buttering up Julio. He's all right.
Wow, Katarsky, what's your problem?
I
Who
can
is
say
on your
that
team?
I can say that I am the answers.
Katarsky is on the green team now.
Right, exactly. I don't know, guys. I feel like maybe one of the first two. Like, most likely to succeed is a cool award, but I feel like it's not prestigious.
It's a fake award.
Yeah, that's not an honor.
Yeah, that's what you give a kid that
It's a
you think would be
superlative or something
super
like that.
depressed and down on themselves if they
Oh.
didn't get any award.
I suppose there's that.
Now, if it's that, it's going to be real
Yeah.
awkward.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
You just said something horrible.
I'm not taking back what I said.
Here's the thing. Mayor's Medal for Academic Excellence feels like it's too long to be made up, but also feels like it's exactly long enough to be made up.
I have never
thought
heard of that.
There
They're
is
the
a
same
there is a
thing.
Chris Michaud cadence to that.
Oh,
Yeah. I
No.
have never heard that
Metagaming!
first one in my entire
So
life.
clearly, the poison must be in your cup.
It's bad when we're like trying to metagame the host.
I don't know.
Next level stuff.
Okay, so then by that logic, class valedictorian.
That's what it's sounding like. Is class logic. But is that too like?
Is that two on the nose?
So
Yeah.
clearly, the poison must be in my cup.
Damn it, Chris!
Okay.
Julio, how
I
smart
think
are you? Are you
the
smart?
class
Are you
valedictorian.
valedictorian smart?
You know what?
Julio, can I see your report cards for grades 8 through 12?
Emailing it now.
I don't know.
He
That
has that
right
on
here. I was
standby.
prepared.
That's
I could definitely see Julio being valedictorian.
All right, yeah, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel? Good? Feel good about that?
Let's do it. Valedictorian.
okay. So you
Final
say
answer.
that Julio was honored by being called the class valedictorian. He was, in fact, the winner of the Mayor's Medal for Academic Excellence.
I'm sorry. It sounded really
How is that
fake.
real?
Oh,
It did sound really fake. It did sound really
It
fake.
really did.
What if
I was
Julio
like, what
made
mayor
it?
gives out a
It still
medal?
doesn't sound
Mayor
real.
McKee.
So that was the
Perhaps, I
first
don't
year
know.
they were doing it, and they gave one student from every high school in my hometown that, and they gave him like a trip, and that trip was to Washington D.C. So well,
Wow.
that was pretty
wow.
cool. But the next year it was to Paris or something like that. So I got to throw that on the
Wow.
trailer.
You got hosed on that
Did you
one.
grow up in
So
So you got like the
Beverly
cheap
Hills?
pilot
Like, what?
season
Now,
version.
it's funny. It's funny that you put valedictorian because I wasn't valedictorian. I was salutatorian, which is the second. But it would have been bad if you would have put in that.
Hey, so was
I-
I. Internet
had
high
the gut
five for
feeling
second
of,
place.
like,
Bronze
I bet he
medals
was second
forever.
with it.
I'm only
Um,
sorry that you didn't win best smile.
Wow, Katarsky is uncomfortable if we're not about him, guys. Okay,
And bring
we
it up.
just have to
Stop.
be about Katarsky.
Stop taking
For-
me to therapy.
For anyone that's seen The Big Lebowski, can we just talk a little bit about how much Jason Katarsky looks like Walter right now on this camera with those glasses and the beard? And the,
Oh. Yep.
That was
Oh,
a
this
really
is
good
true.
talk.
this isn't Nam, Jason. We have rules here.
Last question of the round. Red team's in control. Chance to take the lead by 100 points.
It's like
Get
enough of
one
this
right.
bullcrap.
Kiri. All right, the moderator comes out sometimes. I can't control it.
Okay.
We need it.
We need an adult, okay? Please.
We do need an adult.
It's
Oh my God, I have a
pandemonium in
story
here.
about that.
Kiri, we haven't heard from you in a while. You're in control this round. The fact is definitely about Jason, but what are the details? Here's your question. Which of the following is an actual side hustle that Jason Slingerland used to have? Was it making car parts? Was it
Making car
emergency
parts?
plumbing? Or was it PA announcing at baseball games?
Oh my God, this is getting in my head.
It's definitely not emergency plumbing.
I bet he's caused some emergency plumbing
Oh, I
situations.
knew you
Definitely caused some plumbing emergency.
Ouch.
feel
I
it
saw
coming
that
in my
coming a
bones.
mile away and I couldn't do anything to prevent it.
Oh my
He's
God,
not
that
wrong.
was
If you're not-
Massive, like,
if you're not-
announcing at baseball
That
games,
was-
don't you think so?
If you're not watching the video, you have to go to the video, rewind it just to see Katarsky's smug face when he said that. He was like his customers.
Anytime.
So Kiri, I mean, PA announcing, you need that voice, right? So
You know
does
he's
Jason
got
have
it.
the voice?
Does Jason have the voice?
Now,
I'm not sure that making car parts seems like a side hustle. Like, did you do that in your garage? Like maybe it was
Yeah,
like
just
air
made a few
fresheners
here
out
and
of
there,
like
just a
the.
I
couple
3D
months.
printed you a carburetor.
so no, it's got to be. It's
Listen,
got to
if,
be.
if you
PA
can
announcing.
3D print someone a heart,
PA announcing.
you can 3D print
We're
someone.
going with PA announcing. I feel like there's some cultural context here that I'm missing, but if you back me up, I'm there.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that Jason likes baseball either, though. But if he was getting paid,
That's
he
the
would do.
thing.
He would do anything for money.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Such
There
as-
are some
Depends
pages
on
coming
how
in
much.
501, aren't there?
He
I
would do
don't really
anything
like
for
PA
money.
announcing.
He
but
would even make
$5 is
car
$5.
parts.
See, there's a lot of things I can see Jason doing, but making car parts and plumbing, not in the cards here.
I'm gonna literally die if it's making car parts. I'm
That's
gonna
a lot.
literally die.
I will just
Just
forfeit
actually
right now.
spontaneously combust.
I
So
will.
tune into the video version of the podcast if you want to see Nicole spontaneously combust.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Lock in PA announcing, and let's see if Nicole's gonna die.
All right, Jason's actual side hustle was making car parts.
What?
Say nice things at my funeral.
We need special effects.
Nicole, no.
You need
see
to
Nicole.
explain.
Well, Nicole
Yeah,
was nice
yeah.
to
So I picked this one from the way back because I knew Rob would never. I actually, when Steph and my wife was trying to help me come up with ideas, and I said this one, she's like, Rob will no way think that's you. He will fight against that being you.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wait. This is a joke, right? You're gonna
Nope.
this is
Nope.
like
Pinewood Derby cars.
I can
Yes.
explain. No. We
No, what he actually wrote was he made carp arts.
carp arts. No, I'd have to fish and like touch carp. Ugh.
Like dead goldfish everywhere.
So the real story is that I have probably assembled over 100,000 car parts in my day. Now,
Literally, shut up. What?
But it was one part. That was it. One part that I did probably 100,000 of or something crazy like that. So
By hand?
what the part was, yes. So this was like back in like the 90s, and my mom got this deal with this local factory, and they would
Were
send
you
home.
a child laborer?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was a side hustle where I was paid $50 for every box I could complete, and every box probably had 3,000 to 5,000 parts in them. But it seemed like a good deal because I could actually do it in the living room watching TV. So listen, the part was a plastic piece that was like kind of like a circle, and it had a little lever that stuck out of it, like a little prong that stuck out, and then a rubber part that went around it, almost like you were putting like you know those silicone phone cases that are just like a line around the edge,
what
like
part
that.
of the car was it?
It
What
was
part of
for
the
the
car?
locking mechanism on the door. So yeah. So
Technically, you just made car part,
car parts plural, Nicole, hundreds of thousands of them. Did
but you
not
made
know
the
that?
same. You made the same
Oh.
one.
I call
Yeah.
file, yeah, because there was other
What?
making. He's assembling, not making.
Car part. You assembled car part.
All right, I've heard your protest and decided I don't care. Moving on.
Also, Nicole, you're
Also,
on my
I'm on
team.
your team.
You jerk.
I love you so much, Leah. I'm learning so much about you.
We've actually
Nicole, I'm
discovered
going to try and make us lose.
600 to 700. The red team has actually closed the gap quite a bit, only 100 points difference. But in round 3, all questions are 300 points apiece. So it is truly anybody's game. We're going to put all the names back up on the board. We have 8 questions left, and the first one served up to the red team. Julio, you're going to lead off for this
Ooh.
one. So between Jason Slingerland, Jamie, Nicole, and Raven, which of your opponents has been arrested twice?
Gasp.
Whoa.
The drama.
Now that we know Slingerland was a child laborer.
I don't want to get arrested for that.
Nobody caught me.
Smoking cigarettes at 8 years old.
If you're a child laborer, they don't come arrest you. You don't.
Okay, thoughts, anybody?
I mean, there's no way that Nicole did all the sports without also getting in trouble.
Yeah, a lot
Or
of those
like-
sports were the like kick ass and take names kind of sports.
Yeah, I was playing sports.
Yeah. Or was someone like
The sports, like Fight Club.
arrested?
I was
by my
actually
beauty?
I was actually sports betting.
Yeah.
Sports booking.
I feel like that is something that Jason would share, like on the first conversation we would have with him.
Yeah. That's fair.
Hello, my name is Jason Slayer, and I've been arrested twice.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed
Nicole,
to
we
be
have
here.
The same brain.
My name is Jason Arrested Twice Slingerland.
That's my rap name. Arrested Twice.
When we're uncertain, I think it's
Uh,
Raven, right?
Right. I don't know.
I've definitely been arrested twice, at least twice. Actually.
At least.
3 times.
Mm.
That
and
might be the
then
key here.
Three times a
Jamie
lady, is
as
that one?
well.
Amy.
Jamie, what have
Hmm.
you been arrested for?
I can't tell you legally.
All right, perfect.
Well, they didn't tell us the end of the story about when they got kicked out of that art contest.
When I hit on Kate Hudson.
Yeah, the restraining order from Kate Hudson.
Oh my goodness.
And
I'm
A-Rod.
this is
And A-Rod.
That's the second time.
Ah.
A-Rod was very non-conversational, and now I know why. Hindsight is 2020.
I think it may be Jamie.
Okay, so you're gonna lock that in?
Yep.
Okay. And your opponent that has been arrested twice is Nicole.
Oh.
Now that it was the last round, I can tell y'all that Nicole has the worst poker face. And she was just sitting there. I'm like, it's totally Nicole. Like, it's totally Nicole. How do y'all not see that?
I really do have it. I'm so bad at this game.
Like,
Okay, so
it's
here's
so
the deal.
her.
Nicole, listen to me. You don't have to answer this question. It is entirely your prerogative, but as host, I have to ask it.
Yeah.
How did you get arrested twice?
So the first time I was 18, I got arrested for weed, and we got in like lots of they handcuffed us, yelled at us, tried to like scare us, and then a bunch of us were down the shore in Avalon, New Jersey, and they had just passed like our new law that was like called like underage access to alcohol, which literally meant like if you were home and if you were there when your parents weren't home and there was beer in your fridge, the cops could bust into your house and arrest you. And I mean, obviously that wasn't the case with us. We were a bunch of kids drinking. And we were like their biggest, and all the lawyers said to us after the first time we got arrested was just don't get in any more trouble. And like a month later we got arrested in this big like bus. They like had to like they brought like a school bus. They put us all in the school bus.
Oh
like,
my god!
Wow.
it was so, and the messed up part was I was like, I think the only sober person. I kept being like, just give me a breathalyzer. And they were like, that's not how this works. Like 3 kids were on LSD. We were like, I know. I was like, this is the worst night of your life. Yeah, it was rough.
That
Wow.
sounds like New Jersey to me.
Yeah.
I have to say here, like I feel a little out of place being. I mean, I thought I was on a call with a bunch of other nerds.
We are rebels.
Am
to
I
the
the
core.
only one here who didn't actually drink alcohol until he's 21? Am I the only one?
Rob, I've never had a drink in my life.
I don't drink alcohol
that's,
either, so you're fine.
And I can't
I mean,
drive
I'm
either,
sober
so
now.
I'm worst at parties.
I got
It's, don't invite me to anything.
I'm having my sip of my beer now, so I don't feel that nerdy.
There you go. No points
also-
changed in that round. We're gonna pass
Sorry,
to
Rudy.
blue. Jamie, you're up. 4 names on the board. Which of your opponents has family connections to the Purple Gang, a prominent group of gangsters who worked with Al Capone?
Rob.
Is Al Capone Australian? Can we Google this? Just kidding. Kidding.
Not Australian. I know that. The one time I don't have to ask.
So not Kiri.
Al Capone is a 70s heartthrob.
I know.
An adult contemporary singer.
Kiri is in one of his music videos.
I'm like, I know.
Is Julio from New York? New York area? Julio?
Don't answer. Don't answer. that.
Julio's originally from Puerto Rico. So
Okay.
I don't know. I know
Katarsky?
Julio grew up in Puerto Rico, but I don't know when he came to the mainland.
Well, we know Rob was born in New Jersey.
I was about to say,
Right, yeah, that's
ties
what
run
I'm
deep.
thinking, but Katarsky. Yeah, I mean, how does a bottle company make money? They work with the mob. So that's I have that in my pocket, but where's Katarsky from?
All right, you gonna lock that in, Katarsky?
Where's Katarsky?
No,
from?
I thought you were saying
I'm
Rob.
asking where is Katarsky from?
Oh,
I'm trying to gather more information before I make a fool out of it.
I've
Silly me
been
not
told
listening.
not to
That's-
answer this question by Nicole's lawyer.
Jason, do you know? You know where Katarsky's from, Jason?
Katarsky.
I'm confused right now.
I don't
who
remember.
you're speaking to.
Jamie is asking me. I don't know where he was originally born. I don't know. My gut says it's Rob, but I could be
All right.
wrong.
Yeah, it's
I've
always the one
heard
you
this
expect.
from someone before, which means it's going to be either be Jason or Rob.
I think it's
So,
Rob.
okay.
Agreed.
All right, I'm gonna say Rob. I'm gonna say
all right.
Rob.
So you think Rob has the connection to the Purple Gang? The player who does have the connection to the Purple Gang is Katarsky.
Good thing my lawyer told you not to talk Katarsky.
You've all
That's
let
right.
me down. Also, nobody mentioned this a few minutes ago. If you tune into the video podcast, you can watch Nicole flip us all off.
I just took a note from Slingerland. Slingerland flipped us all off about the car parts one.
I did. I was honestly
Oh,
really
I
pulling
didn't
for the
see
idea that it was Kiri that had the family related. How ridiculous would that have been?
So here's the thing. We're gonna put the bodies on the boat. We're gonna send them really
Send
far
them to
away.
Australia.
You can't trust anybody from Australia because, as everybody
We're gonna
knows,
zip them up into
Obviously,
kangaroo
I'm
suits.
not indigenous, so my family have been from other places.
in the 1920s. You don't
So-
know?
So apparently that they were a Jewish gang from the Detroit area. And they did business with Al Capone. And my grandfather ran a junkyard that used to like chop cars. Like,
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Chop
yeah,
shop?
in
With
Flint,
people in
Michigan.
them.
Yeah, in Flint, Michigan.
With people in them.
Yeah.
Did you send the
My,
chopped up cars to Jason to assemble as a
That's it.
youngster?
They actually couldn't get the people out because the door mechanisms didn't work.
They were in Slingerland cars.
That
Bring
tracks.
it back.
That tracks.
All right.
Katarsky, I
No
actually
score
also
change.
had a grandfather who had a chop shop.
Oh, that's
We're
amazing.
like peas in a
See,
pot.
we're all learning about each other.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Passing turn to red team. Kiri, you're up. 3 names on the board. Which of your opponents has had more than one birthday party with the theme the Fibonacci sequence? So I'll explain for those who don't know. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence of numbers in which the number is equal to the sum of the last 2 numbers in the sequence. One example would be 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Eureka! So
I
one of
really
your
like
opponents
That was a
broccoli.
nice touch.
has had more than one birthday party with
More
that
than
as a
one.
theme. Yes.
So which of these 3 people is the biggest, most massive nerd? Is what
Well,
you're
is it- wait, is it-
That's
Is that the numbers that were in
face.
Lost?
No, have you seen what's that movie about the guy in New York, the Darren Aronofsky movie?
Or pie.
Hi, yeah, they're big on Fibonacci
Oh.
sequence and that.
See, how has nobody
Okay.
had the touch point of MathNet for this? The Square One
I
TV.
don't know what MathNet is.
With
MathNet.
George, you should look it up on YouTube. It's wonderful. It's
Not
like
gonna
they
do
have a
that.
parrot that knows the Fibonacci sequence, and that's how my entire generation knows it. So
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Rob or Jason? Has Slingerland ever had a nerdy math party?
He's
I-
too big an
I-
idiot to be math guy.
Yeah, I don't think Matt.
I also don't know how to
works
make
for-
car parts.
Now I
He's very
hope it's
quiet, too.
Slingerland.
ugh.
I
Now I
mean,
hope it's Slingerland just to spite Rob.
it's got to be Raven, right?
It
Yeah.
always has to be.
That's so Raven.
Raven.
I knew.
Oh,
finally,
no.
finally somebody lands on that.
Finally.
Do that at some point.
No, I
I
think
wish we
maybe
were doing
Jason.
bingo, 'cause that would
I'm going with
definitely be a
Jason.
square that we could.
I think
Alright, you're
it's,
gonna
Where are we at?
Thanks,
Tim? Do we
Whose
even
turn
have an
is
agreement?
it?
It's
Even?
Kiri's turn. Kiri's decision.
Katarsky doesn't know what it is. He's just wandering around his basement confused.
What is it? Where are we?
Have you ever played a game with him? Because it feels a lot like that most of the time. What are we doing
like-
here?
Okay.
Go with Raven.
You gonna go with Raven?
No. No. It's yours. It's yours.
Okay.
I agree.
Log into
I agree.
Raven. And the answer is Jamie.
I was betting on Raven too.
There was some strategic omission of information that I enjoyed here. So my birthday, when written out numerically in 2013, because I was born on May 8th, is part of the Fibonacci sequence because it's 5, 8, 13. So it goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on.
So you were
And
born in
so-
2013?
Yes. No.
So you're 8 years old?
Yeah,
Jamie
I
is
hit on Kate
incredibly
Hudson
smart
when I
and
was
mature for their age.
-2, yes. Yeah, I'm a test tube baby, and that's why So in a Fibonacci sequence of years from the Fibonacci birthday, I celebrate the Fibonacci birthday, and we do play Pi in the background on silent, and also Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and I still have a Spotify playlist that is hundreds of songs that either have numbers in the title or are related to math or by the band Fibonacci.
I
You are such a
honestly
nerd.
want to go to this party.
Dedication.
It sounds
I
like
want to go to this party also, yeah.
So to
Yeah.
answer the
Oh,
question,
and
who the biggest nerd is, Jamie.
No, it's
The,
Cleo.
also, the other thing that I love about it is I ask everybody for math-themed gifts, and there's one person, a friend of mine, that I almost only ever see at these parties, and every single time I have one of these parties, she makes me a paper-mache stellated octahedron. Every single time. I have a
That's-
collection of them.
I have some of
Excellent.
those too. I don't even know what that is. I'm super
Imagine
impressed.
a D12, but every face has a spike like a triangular prism coming off of it.
Oh,
Sounds
wow.
dangerous. Okay.
Awesome.
It's paper-mache.
It is.
All
those
of these
wild
are
math
plugs.
parties,
It's made of
man.
Paper.
In the right hands, it can be dangerous.
Oh, sure.
Still 600-700 in favor of the blue team. Raven, you're in charge this round.
Yeah,
Between Rob-
Raven.
Between
Raven, don't let
Rob,
us down.
Julio, and Kiri, which once convinced a kid they had the power to talk to birds.
Oh, wow. This could go either way, honestly.
This sounds like a thing Rob would do because Rob seems a little mean.
I don't think. Never
I don't feel
Or-
like this is a Julio thing.
No?
If
I
I am
think-
not mistaken, Kiri has at least one child. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, and that does seem like a parent thing to do.
Wait, but I have a theory. What if Rob did this to a kid when Rob was a teenager, and that kid grew up to then chase him around and flirt with him? What if these
hobo.
questions are related?
The homeless
The
guy.
homeless guy. The
Whole
homeless guy.
narrative.
Oh my
Could be.
God.
I could never talk.
The mental scarring.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never.
If it's not Rob, I'm gonna be disappointed. Now that I've built up this whole storyline.
How could you not? Jason, do you have any inklings?
This seems too mean for Julio, but who knows? Julio surprises me. This does sound like a Rob thing. Kiri has a child, but that seems like an irresponsible thing to do as a parent. It sounds like something like I would do to one of my kids.
I know nothing about kids. I
mean, honestly, if Katarsky was still up here, that would have been my number one
You know,
choice.
that would have also been.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, eliminating Katarsky early really helped
That
us out
helped
here. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man.
So
I'm honored by that. I think. Like,
I'm really not sure.
This is a tough one. All right. Who's not? Kiri has been like eye contact this whole time with the camera. Like I don't know if that's like a deflection method or if
The mind games are too strong now.
Yeah, really.
exactly.
Wait. Are birds Australian?
Do they have birds in Australia, Carrie?
No,
That's the
because
important question.
Because the spiders and the snakes probably kill all of them.
Good call. Good
Oh
call.
my god. The spiders in Australia are bigger than the birds in Boston.
Sounds about
You,
right.
send your, you can
Sounds
send your
about
angry
right.
letters to buildingthegame.podcast@gmail.com.
Oh.
I know we've made fun of half the world at this point.
All right, let's throw a dart. What do we got?
All right. Gonna go with.
I go with Julio. That's my gut. Or Kiri.
That's your gut. Nicole, is your gut still Rob?
I mean, I can't give up on this narrative I've created. I'm so sorry.
It's
Slinger-
less a gut
1-1.
feeling and more a fanfic.
Yeah, my fan fiction about Rob has to be fulfilled now. Slinger, what do you think?
I don't. I honestly, I would be not surprised if it was any of them. Like I
Right.
don't. I honestly don't know. If the best thing I can say is if this was something Rob did, he's never told me about it. And I feel like if this was something Rob did, he would have totally bragged to me about this, but I could be wrong.
All right, I'm just gonna throw it in out there. I'm gonna say Julio, final answer.
Julio, final answer. The person who convinced a kid they had the power to talk to birds is Kiri.
Oh,
Kiri!
Kiri, you have to tell us this story.
All right,
I'm
in
sorry, I'm
fairness,
irresponsible
before Kiri
mother.
tells a story,
Oh, no.
I knew it.
Kind
I
of an
knew it.
accident.
I knew it.
Wow.
I might have
Station with my son,
massaged
he
the
was like 4
wording of
years
how she
old.
submitted it a little bit. Just saying.
Knew it.
And I was talking to the magpie and I was like, would you sing for us? And then the bird sang. And then like a year later, he was telling me like he was at school and he's like, I tried to get close to the birds, but they don't talk to me like they do with you. It's just like, oh, you think I can? Yeah.
That's so cute. That's adorable.
That is much more innocent. Like if the Rob story would have been much less innocent than that.
No,
Yeah,
is
wait,
interesting.
yeah.
It is interesting that you picked me because when I was younger, I convinced a guy that I had a flying skateboard like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And I do love to troll my 9-year-old niece. So
That's the perfect age to troll someone.
oh, it's great. She
And
hates
now
it.
you know. All right, excellent. No change in score. We go back to the red team. Jason Katarski, you're in charge, 600 to 700.
This is not going to go
Chance to
well.
catch up between Jason Slingerland and Raven McKenzie. Which one has read 60 books this year and counting?
Raven.
It's gotta be Raven.
No, Jason is doing the counseling. Jason is doing the counseling thing. That's the so
So he does it. He just makes stuff up though. He does it like
Wow.
Yeah. No, Jason doesn't. He doesn't.
Jason,
read
your
it.
whole job is a sham.
yeah.
That's what Katarski is saying.
I mean, I'm a
If-
librarian.
that's
What
right.
does that even mean?
If the
Um,
question was wrote 60 books this year, I'd go with Jason.
and also one thing. This is just gaming the game.
okay.
Jason has already been the last person to be guest on one of these. As the
Oh,
multiple choice.
meta game. Meta
Mm.
game.
I would like to point out that Kiri was the first guest for the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
Objection
was the
sustained.
answer.
I would like to point out that Jason, there's 2 Jasons here. Objection sustained. Overruled.
60 books this year.
I just
Could
want to
be,
say,
like comic books are
See
books.
me in my
I just want to say before you guess this, just
Rule
think
books?
about what reading might mean.
All right, kids,
Oh.
kids as well. Reading to the kids.
Oh,
Reading
that's
to the kids.
true. That's true.
Reading?
Homeschooling.
Reading,
reading?
to children, reading rule books, reading comic books.
Yep.
It's probably more
Raven.
than 60.
Yeah.
You locking that in?
None of
And
that.
I'm gonna
Jason
say
has
Raven.
Oh, no.
15
Still-
No,
right,
no,
so-
no. It's Jason. It's Jason.
I don't care. I'm going down with the ship.
All right.
They wouldn't let me on their
Katarski,
team, so I'm killing you guys.
Trusting his instincts. A chance to get yourself back in the lead. Is it Raven? It is Raven for 3
Oh,
points.
wow.
Yes.
All
You
right.
see,
900 to 700.
librarians
Red
can see
surges into the
these
lead.
You see,
Well played,
librarians.
sir.
The librarian
Nicole,
senses are
Nicole has the
tingling.
same degree as me, so
Librarians.
Nicole,
I too have a master's in librarians.
you-
Well played, sir. Well played.
Raven, what
Nicole,
is it
you're the
that,
master
I'm
of
a
librarians?
I am.
Raven, what is it that you read? Is it mostly nonfiction, fiction, just a
Yeah.
little of everything?
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
What's your favorite book this year?
A favorite book this year was The Death of Vivek Oji. Oji, I think. Is really, I like books where you go in expecting one thing and then you get some of that, but then it also like, you know, hooks you and you have no idea how it ends until it ends and you're like, oh my god, and then you put it down and you know, read
Let's
some more
be-
things for that also.
Let's be best friends.
Bringing each other closer together.
Woo.
Excellent. So, red team sneaks into the lead.
We're
the blue team's
winning.
turn.
Good job. Good job, Jason.
For the last 2
Nicole,
minutes.
your
enjoy
chance
the
to take it
loss.
back with this fact about either Rob Couch
Got
or
us,
Julio
Nicole.
Nazario. Which one once shattered the tip of their middle finger into 5 pieces? I'm assuming they were telling somebody how they feel about something and just did it so hard.
It has to be Rob then.
Oh!
Which one shattered the tip of their finger into 5 pieces?
Well, we do know that Rob has to fight off strangers all the time.
Yeah.
This is the truth.
I feel like if that had happened to Rob, Slanlin would know it.
It honestly, it might. I've known Rob for so long, and he's told me so many things that I've forgotten on purpose. That I know
You had to
Rob-
make room for new information, so you just push those memories out.
I mean, you know, first to go, I know that Rob has broken bones before, and I.
All right, let's see your middle fingers, boys.
Because if you're tuning into the video, this is happening now.
I don't think we have to comply with that.
You're not
Yeah.
obligated. No, this is your decision. You have
You're not
free will.
obligated, but I'd sure like it.
No assistance.
I'll show you mine, Nicole.
Guitarsky!
Yeah,
Thanks, Guitarsky. That's really helpful.
I know, right?
So now, 5 of the 9 of us have flipped off the camera at some point.
Yeah.
Just
If
need
you
4
would
more.
have asked me, Chris, how's this going to go tonight? That is not the.
You would not have been like lots of flipping
So
off.
many middle fingers.
Yeah.
So many
Deuces
birds.
all over the place.
I was so proud of them for not cussing, except all those middle fingers.
We're not cussing. It's just because Kiri can talk to birds.
Exactly. That's why there's so many birds on the screen. Because Kiri can talk to birds. I think it's Julio.
You want to lock that in?
Anybody want to disagree?
No, I agree. I'm with you.
Go for it.
I don't remember if
We're-
it's Rob or
we're
not.
peas in
So
a pod with the
Julio
gut
sounds
feeling.
fine.
Yeah, let's do Julio.
Okay, which one broke the tip of their middle finger? Was it Julio? It was Julio.
Yes!
Retaking the lead. It is now.
Excuse me, you just gave Red the point.
Yeah, can you fix that there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Too late.
Wow.
There we go. Retaking the
Too
lead.
late.
1,000 to 900 in
I am-
favor of the
I am
blue
keeping
team.
backup score here, okay?
I appreciate that. No, I asked
the
him to do
jig
that.
is
He
up.
did ask me to do that for the record.
Yeah, I've.
I would have done it
mistakes in
anyways.
the past. I'm just going to put it.
So
out.
the story on this is that me working for the Forest Service, I went to chainsaw training. So this could have gone very differently. I was cutting
See,
a
that would have been
tree.
your fact, Julio. But you had to take it to the next level, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Chainsaw
Well,
training, go on.
I was cutting a tree, and you put a wedge after you make the face cuts and all that, and I was hitting it with the axe the wrong. I guess I'm right-handed. I'm hitting it left-handed because it was uncomfortable, and I caught my finger between the handle of the axe and the wedge at full force.
Yikes!
Oh.
It'd have been a lot cleaner if it'd been the other side of the axe.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
Yeah.
no offense to Rob, but I knew it was you because you're a rugged forest person.
He is rugged.
There you go.
isn't he? Yeah.
Rob would have been like, just cut my finger off.
I don't need it.
All right, so now we have a real tight game, and look at this. The two names left are Rob and Jason. How does that happen?
It was on purpose.
Magic.
No,
Oh,
you're
I
trying to
get
play
it.
that meta game, and you miss the most obvious move.
Yep.
That's an
Very
unforced
well.
error
Good job.
on your part.
Chris wins.
Yeah, Chris wins this game.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, we go into our very final two questions, and these are going to be a little bit special because I'm going to ask Rob and Jason to make a final wager. So
Oh.
with your pen and paper that I asked you to bring earlier on, you get to wager as many of your points as you would like in 100-point increments, please. You are going to secretly
69 points.
lock in those wagers right now. So the
Nice.
scores are on the screen. Rob, you and the red team have 900. Jason, you and the blue team have 1,000. Take a moment.
Risk it all, Slingerland. Risk it all.
Listen,
Oh my
I've watched The
God.
Price is Right enough to know that there's no reason not to risk it all if we or Jeopardy. I mean, whatever, one of those shows.
Wow, you sound really good at games,
Listen.
Jason.
Give me a thumbs up when your wagers are locked in.
Katarsky, what is your
So,
Katarsky?
That's a lot of power right there.
so here's the deal.
Don't do it.
We're gonna play these two
All on
questions,
you.
but I'm not gonna ask for your wager until the very end of the game. So we'll make a note of
Of
who got what
course.
right, but we'll ring up the final totals at the very end, just to tease the drama all the way out. Does that sound
Slingerland,
good?
I trust you completely.
All right.
I already have an ulcer.
First
That's
up,
where you put all your feelings.
let's see how these.
I just want to say I've always been Team Rob.
Let's
Wow.
see.
Art.
How
Fired
well.
from the podcast.
Chris cannot get through this.
Rob, the whole game.
Poor
You know,
Chris.
I have never had such a hard time tossing to a segment.
You're welcome.
My invoice is gonna have a lot of fees. I'm just gonna say it.
Just itemize it for us, Chris.
Sounds good. You'll be hearing from my accountant. So you have secretly entered your wagers, and Rob, you're up first. This is a fact about Jason. We're going to do the multiple choice, so you need to pick the correct answer. 1 in 3 shot of increasing your score, unless you risk nothing. That could happen. Here it is.
Wait, that was an option? Oh,
Which
Whoa.
of these Sesame Street characters did Jason have recurring nightmares
Oh my
about?
goodness.
Was
All of
it
them?
Oscar the Grouch, Big Bird, or Mr. Snuffleupagus?
Are we allowed to help?
I had recurring nightmares about the Count. I'm really disappointed that
Oh.
the Count is not on this list because that's clearly the freakiest.
Terrifying.
Would have been too
Sesame
obvious.
Street character.
Couldn't include it.
Well,
I'm kind of feeling Big Bird, guys.
I think yeah. I'm
It
on
is
your
a
team,
big
right?
bird.
Yes.
On your team, right?
I'm gonna go with Big Bird.
Yeah.
Are you
yeah.
gonna walk in Big Bird?
Locking in Big Bird.
Okay.
Look at him. He's gonna cry right now. He's so
Did
scared.
Jason
Just
have
uttering the name.
nightmares about Big Bird?
Oh.
He did.
oh. Do you
Oh.
still
We'll
have
find out how
nightmares
much you
about
No.
Big
wagered in
Bird?
just a moment.
Can I tell the story about that real quick?
Yeah, please.
So
They
when I was
still have
little, for some reason, oh no, it doesn't. And I'm going to tell you why it doesn't happen anymore. It's epic. So I used to have nightmares when I was really, I don't know, it was maybe like 7 or 8 or something in there. And
20, 25.
but I was honestly, I don't remember. It was 10 or less, I would say. But anyways, I used to have these horrible nightmares about Big Bird until this one time I had this nightmare and Big Bird comes busting in through my window and like it's really terrifying.
Oh,
Like
And
the
then-
Kool-Aid Man. That's what I was
We're all
gonna say.
thinking it.
Oh,
We're all
no.
thinking it.
And then I'm like, no, Big Bird, this is ending now. Like this, like literally. And then
Pushed it out the
everything
window.
turned into like a big video game. And then Big Bird and I fought a duel to the death. And I beat Big Bird, and I never
killed
had a
Big
nightmare again.
Bird.
I killed that bird. Never had a nightmare about him again. Have a
You
similar
had-
story about wolves and Obi-Wan Kenobi, but well, that's for a different show.
Oh my god.
Episode
That's
1000.
you had an
Wow.
boss fight against Big
That
Bird
is-
in a dream.
And I killed that bird.
Yeah.
Dead.
You had me at
Knife.
Wolves and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm not gonna
Multiple
lie.
stab wounds. Multiple stab wounds.
The irony of that, Jason, is now Big Bird has chased your best friend through 4 states because that's the best way to get to you.
Wait. Best friend? Hang on.
All right. So the pressure's on
Rob's
here.
gonna have
Pressure's
nightmares.
on. All right. Over to Jason. Your turn. It's going to be a fact about Rob. We know that. Here's your question. Rob had a pet hamster with one eye as a kid. What was the hamster's name?
Okay,
Was
so
it
sorry, go ahead.
Einstein, Donut, or Digger?
Okay, so Rob historically really weird with pet names.
Okay.
So I've never heard of this hamster before. So we'll just assume that I told Rob the Big Bird story. So if he wins, it's invalidated. But I've never heard the hamster story. He had a cat named Frankenstein though.
Oh, he's probably a Red Dwarf fan, I would imagine. But
so
Never seen Red Dwarf.
Einstein,
oh wow, then it's just a great coincidence.
Yeah, I know
Donut,
there's
or
a good robot person in it though, right?
Yeah.
Digger.
Red Dwarf is amazing.
So
Depends how old of a kid he was, because if he was a little kid, Digger makes sense. His
Donut
kids are
also
just-
makes sense.
Yeah, Donut also makes sense.
I mean, if I had to pick right now, like with like if it was like fine, I would say Donut.
You kind of do.
But, but since we're still discussing,
You can wait 10
the
minutes.
two that pop out to me are Donut and Einstein. But it could be Digger. I
So you've narrowed it down to one of the three choices. On
Yeah. So I
Good
was
job
trying to
eliminating 0 choices.
I was trying to metagame here a little bit and assume that Chris would not have used the same letter for both of the ones he made up. So that makes me think it's either Donut or Digger. Plus Chris into super nerdy stuff more than Rob is. So I could see him saying Einstein, because of course that was the name of the dog in Back to the Future. I don't even think Rob likes Back to the Future because he's dumb.
How can I not
So-
like Back to the Future?
Jason,
You don't like a lot of things.
Jason,
I
it
don't
was
like
a
you.
hamster with
Especially, I was gonna
one
say
eye.
especially Jason.
Is donut too on the
And
nose? though?
donuts have one eye, if you think
Right.
about it.
Yeah, no, that's
It's
yeah.
a hamster with one eye. And was Rob an old enough kid to be that smart?
You know,
Rob
I know
very
it's
well-
not going to win tonight, and that's Rob and Jason's friendship. So
We're
It's not worth that much.
That's it.
Ooh.
Wow.
wow.
We see each other a few times a year. It's cool. We'll be fine. My gut tells me Donut, but does anybody have a problem with that?
No, I think it sounds like a
That's
great.
what my gut-
Yeah, it
We're
sounds great.
probably gonna lose. But I'm gonna
Hey,
say
even if we lose, I still love you. Go Team Blue forever.
yay. Okay, Donut, final answer.
Donut is your final answer. Jason, how much did you risk?
900.
900.
Okay, that's exactly what I was gonna hope for.
Yeah.
Not
All right.
1,000.
And Rob, how
We
much
need
did you
some
risk?
pity points if we lose.
Yeah.
Well, in an homage to flip the table, I wagered 10,000 points.
10,000.
You can't.
So-
There it is. 10,000 points.
Okay. So I'm assuming you meant
Oh.
1,000.
You mean
Well,
900
900.
since he
Yeah,
couldn't
900.
wager.
I wagered everything.
You wagered everything. So it all comes down to this. If Jason's right, I believe his team wins. If he's wrong, Then Team Red wins.
Bring it home.
Rob's pet hamster. Jason says it was Donut, correct?
That's what I said. I hope
Locked
that
in Donut.
it's correct.
Is it Donut? It was Digger!
Why?
We did it.
Team
What a
Blue is down to
dumb name.
100 points.
I've always been Team Rob.
Oh my god.
Stop, Katarski.
What an awful name.
Brutal.
I'm disappointed for you, Rob.
That's 1,800 points to 100 points. The red team wins the game.
Ouch.
Yeah. Red team.
I put in so
Nice.
much blood, sweat, and tears for this team.
I still think we're swell.
Threw it all
I think you're
away.
swell too, and I want to congratulate all of you on 500 amazing episodes of Building the Game. What an
Yes.
amazing episode to be a part of. It's an absolute honor to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. Jason,
That
I'm going to
was
give
so
the floor
fun.
back to you for some closing remarks here, but thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you all. This was super duper fun. And even if we
Yeah.
lost, Rob gets to feel good about himself, as do the others. So yeah. And I'm happy that at least 3 of you are happy. Rob can buzz off. No, this was fantastic. So thank you all. I normally give out people's Twitter handles when we say goodbye, and I'm gonna try.
Wait, can we do it? Can we all do our own in the order that we? Can
Yeah,
you
I
make us
have
say
it
our
down.
own?
Sure,
Let's do it.
sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, you first, Leon.
Okay. I'll say all our stuff. So if you want to get in touch with us, of course, go to buildinggamepodcast.com, look up our Discord channel there. Rob was interested to find out about it, even though he was on the show when we started it. You can also email us at buildinggamepodcast@gmail.com. You can call us at 770-TEL-BTG. You can also, of course, find us on the Twitter. The podcast is at podcastbtg. I am at J.A. Slingerland. Rob does not have a Twitter anymore because he deleted it.
Gasp.
I did not delete it. I just haven't looked at it in a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
then
gotta
never
name
mind. So
You're welcome to go look at it if you want.
So Julio,
Mine is at Hunasaru.
Mine is at Toits, Toits.
Oh, I'm next. I'm at Jason Kaczarski. It's and at Green Couch Games. Please send me all your holiday money.
Mine is at 3x Rainbow Games because triple can't fit.
I'm at _ Raven McKenzie. No A in the McKenzie, just C.
I'm at Kiri Bear, Kiribear.
Nice.
Rob is at somewhere.
I used to be at poorly _design, but yeah.
yeah, don't bother
He's at
following.
home.
Now it's just no underscore designed.
I just sit at home in the dark.
Now it's just poorly _ and that's it. So,
And I guess that means I'm at Table Flips. You go search real estate and go buy it for $3. Thanks.
yes. All right. Well, thank you again to everyone. And now we have a big special treat for you. Instead of an outro, Jamie is going to lead, possibly solo. The original intro song written by Chris Michaud. Yes, and they are going to sing us out. So
Sure, let's give it a shot. Are we doing the open or are we doing the close, the 770?
I'm doing the opening. I don't know the
Yes.
closing.
Okay.
All right. Never
makes it
listened
through
to
the whole
that far.
episode.
All right, you start and then I'll join in, and then the Zoom lag will screw us all up. It'll be
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It'll be like a round.
I didn't even think about the Zoom lag.
That'll be
Gonna be great.
It'll be done in canon.
So much fun. Here we go.
It's time for building the game with Jason and friends.
Jason and friends.
Tabletop game design, the fun never ends. Except when the episode ends, that's when it technically ends.
Technically ends.
There you go. Good job.
Really
That was well done.
out there.
That was
770 Tel BTG. Everybody.
Please don't use the email.
Perfect.
I totally forgot.
That
All
was
right.
incredible.
Well, hey, please, please join us next week.
Eat your peas and join us.
Please join us next week for episode
It's
501,
over.
where we'll talk about a bunch of new stuff for the podcast and all the amazing things that are happening. So, yes. But until next time, good night.
Good night.
Noches. Night.
Bye.
Double middle
Oh
finger.
my God.
Just for you,
Wow.
for fun and profit.
Building the game with Jason and friends, with Jason and friends. Building the game with Jason and friends, with Jason and friends. Dial 770 Tel BTG. Please don't use the email.